Hi, this is Karen, and I want to talk to you about hiding regulations. It's a little bit different than bills. So, as a quick reminder, when you're looking at bills, um, I'm going to pick one of these bill sheets. So, AI and political campaigns. So, I have these bills, and if there's any of them I'm not interested in, I can X them out. But of course, a bill can get amended later, and so we gave you this hidden tab so that you could look at when bills got amended compared to when you hit them. So I can sort this and say, okay, this bill got amended in July. These are the most recent amendments. I hid them in August, so I looked at the most recent amendment. So nothing has changed since I looked at it. And then I can go back through here and see they're older. So from there back, I'm not worried. So now I know that I've nothing has changed out from under my feet. And of course, at the end of the session, the bills don't matter anymore, and I can just forge ahead worrying about new bills. But of course, regulations aren't quite that way. So if I look at some regulations, um, a regulation, of course, continues to exist in perpetuity. Unless they repeal it, it's going to continue to be there, and it might get modified at any point in the future. In fact, in lots of states, they're going to end up reviewing it on some periodic basis. So if I'm looking at one of these regs and I'm like, well, this thing that they're changing right now doesn't matter to me, and then I can hide it and say, not interested in this accounting change. That's not my problem. Well, great, then I'm not tracking it and I won't get alerts about it and I won't be sharing it, and that's all fine. But what happens if that reg comes up for consideration again 5 years from now? Well, because I've hidden it, I'm not going to get an alert that that happened. So that is, not ideal. So you could just not hide regs, but, if you're trying to keep this clean and other people are looking at it, or especially if you're sharing it, that's not a great solution. So we do have this hidden tab for you. And it's got the version date. So this is the last time a regulation document was added to this reg. So I can sort and see, okay, the most recent reg that changed was this federal one, which got a new document on 8/13. This one got a new document on August 1st. So I see that these were recently amended. So then I can come over here and see that I hid them. Oh, just on 8/24. So both of those, I have looked at all the documents and I'm not worried about these. But there is still the distinction between, well, I know that this bill I'm never going to, or this reg I'm never going to need to look at again. This is just not relevant to me. And it would sure be nice if when I was hiding it, like I made that note. So I've added this column for myself called review status. And so when I go to hide a regulation, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, this OR MEP thing, like, it's not that that will never matter to me. It's just that these changes don't matter to me. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to say, you know what? Re-review it if this comes up again. And then now I can hide it. And then I can look at another one and say, long-term gas, that is not my concern. If this one comes back up, I am not worried about it. And so here I can just tell myself, don't review this. Okay. And so now I can hide it. And then when I'm reviewing my hidden regulations and looking at what has been got something new, so I'm going to sort again by the version date, and I can actually just pick this up and take it with me, which I think I'm going to do. So now I can see, okay, this one maybe, so I can look at the title of it and make my call about whether I want to bother with it. This one I know, because I took half a second to make myself a note, actually I don't need to review this one again. This one is older, but if it gets a new document, well, then I'm telling myself, actually go look at this document. And so I can either just pop it back on the main screen for whoever is supposed to review it, or I can go ahead and review it right here while it's still hidden, and then decide if I want to pop it back onto the main screen. But by making myself these notes, I'm going to save myself some time for these ones I know I'm just not going to care about, or ones where I definitely like, yeah, this is my topic. I just didn't care about this year's changes that they're making. Okay, so that is just one way you can do yourself a favor. Now, you might be thinking, well, but I don't want to come in here and look at my hidden bills every day And no, you don't. We don't blame you for that. So there is another weekly thing you can do. And I just wanted to remind you that up here under alerts, we will show you all your bill sheets that have changes, but then also any bill sheets that have bills hidden since you last amended, since you last hid a bill. And so this will show you any bills that were amended since you hid them. And then down here, we've got the same thing for regulations. So this is my regulation sheets and what's got changes on it. But this is going to show me any bills that have a new regulation document added to a regulation that I hid. And so this will just let you see which bill sheets actually have changes. And so that will last for a week. So we don't want to give you all ever because, that's just too much. But we don't want to make you come in every day. So we figured a nice balance was if a reg gets amended, it'll sit here for a week, hoping you get a chance to look at it. And then we will go ahead and drop it off. So if you come in every Friday or every Monday or whatever and just kind of take a quick look, you'll see right away if any of the regs that you hid have had a new document added to them. And it will look like this. It'll give you the list of the sheets. And then you would, and of course I've hidden that one, but then you would go into the hidden tab, sort on that version date to bring whatever the new regs are to the top. And then hopefully you've added these notes to yourself to decide, okay, well, I don't need that one, and I'm going to maybe take a peek at this one. All right, so quick reminder how to add this column. You just go to regulation templates and add a column. And then I made a drop-down list, and I just gave myself those options. You can just leave it as text if you want to make yourself a more verbose note. And then once you have created that, Karen, note. Then you edit the appropriate template and turn that column on. And so this was my review status that I had turned on, and I can add these notes in here too. And then I'll have a place to write myself an explanation. And now next time I go in, I will have that notes available to me, or if you've made like a little drop down, then you'll have that drop down list available to you to use. So it's just that easy to do yourself, your future self a favor and make this a little bit more manageable. But I just want you to be aware that if you have hidden a reg and it gets reopened for consideration in 5 years, it's still going to be hidden. So you're going to want to make yourself a note about whether you ever would want to reconsider that reg. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful, giving you something to think about, giving you some ways to manage this. Let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to help you set stuff up or help you get things just like you need them. All right, take care.